Welcome back to JD's Rips, Breaks, and Collectibles review. Remember to like, share, and comment.
So now we're doing our review of the Historic Autograph Company's Uniques 2025. And reinforcing the point I said before, every one of these cards is a one of one. Now, I don't know if that means they just have one of every person in it. I think that's what they were going for. But obviously, it's an autograph. If it's a real autograph, you're not going to have an exact duplicate of it. All right, Daryl, I'll let you go first.
Okay, so going in, I did not know that each box was only going to have two, which I actually don't hate in these because of how well they're preserved.
Really quick, because, for me, this is important. I think it's important for Daryl, too. We didn't talk about what these cost. So we opened two boxes. Each box has two cards in it. So MSRP for these is $100.
Each?
Per box.
Okay. Yep. Okay, $100 each. $100, so $50 a signature.
$50 a signature.
$50 a signature. And I'm going to be honest with you. I go to conventions all the time for voice actors and art and just anime stuff and video game stuff. $50 for an autograph is kind of pricey, but depending on who it is, it's all right. Sports, I've seen athletes charge more than that, so that's okay. Voice actors, not really. If you're into wrestling, I had a wrestler show up at a store that I worked at, and he was charging about $50 a signature. So I could see that pricing. Now, to get $50 for a signature that you don't know who you're going to get, I'm saying it's a little bit on the odd part, but that's kind of what we're doing here when it comes to rips, breaks, and collectibles. So this is the rip part. We don't really know, and you're kind of signing up to not know. So I would say that I am actually pretty happy with how everything is. There's nothing peeling that I can tell. The cases
CR Top's Star Wars Chrome Black video for an explanation as to that.
Yeah, there's nothing blurry and the images are fine. See the same video for that.
No, that's a different video. That was the Top's Star Wars Chrome 2024, not the Chrome Black, just the basic Chrome.
Yeah, and no, everything is mint. And I like that. Getting the hard shell casing kind of adds to the aesthetic for that. And when it comes to signatures, I think there's only one up here that was cut directly in half.
Yep.
I don't like that. That's the one thing that would bug me, especially if I'm spending $100 for two signatures. I get that someone's signature might be long, which I have a long signature myself. But maybe they could have done something with like the angle or something just to make it more appealing.
Or if you know where you're getting into, you know what you're going to do with the signatures, don't use a signature that can't fit.
Right. So I'm sure that he didn't have them come up and sign these personally. So I have my spot, but I want to see where John is on this.
So, again, this is personally opinionated. One thing I am going to say that is not so much the personal aspect of it, but, primarily this is athletes. Even further than that, it's primarily baseball. There's other chases in here, but generally speaking, the vast number are going to be baseball players, which I'm totally fine with. Me personally, that's not necessarily what I'm looking for in a product. They do have like a celebrity one that's coming up, which I think that I'm more likely to pull something off of that is an individual I would like getting. I enjoy baseball. I played it. I watched it, all that good stuff. But just a signature that has nothing, that's not on a card, the actual athlete's card or something. Does it really do a lot for me? No. But I went into that knowing that, so that's okay. There's no, and I'm not saying there is with their other products, but there's no deception with this product. You know what you're getting. That being said, I think the price per autograph, obviously some are going to be worth more than others. Like, I have no idea what Isaac Newton's autograph goes for. That's probably worth a lot of money. Babe Ruth, as interesting as it is, he signed a lot of stuff. And he was a big deal. So everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people were like, hey, let's not mess up this thing that he signed. So you can actually find those pretty easily. But still, that would be a cool thing to pull, right?
Not for nothing. Again, note over here. If I saw Isaac Newton, like we pulled that, I would have paid him $200 and just covered both boxes. I think that would have been.
And I would have said, yeah. Actually, I think it was a video that was put out by Historic Autographs, if I'm not mistaken. If I remember correctly, he mentioned that their autos go for like $4,000 minimally.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, and so if I remember correctly too, he stated that the auto for this set was just his last name, not his first name. Yeah, okay, does that bring it down a little bit? But I mean, still, that'd be something really cool.
Sir Isaac Newton. You're not going to find too many autographs for him.
No.
But like you said, Babe Ruth signed bats, signed balls, signed gloves, signed
So
jerseys,
many
signed
things.
hats, signed everything. He signed your mother's tit. Whatever you need, he signed it. So
yeah, if you want to put that on a card.
yeah.
But so yeah, so personally opinionated as so I'm going to clarify with this being a personally opinionated. Baseball signatures don't do a lot for me. That being said, I know that's what I'm getting with this product. So I am going to go meatballs.
And for the first time ever, we are in agreement.
That is not a lie. The first video we made, we were in agreement as well.
Oh, dude, really?
Yeah.
Damn. So yeah, I think what would have did this better for me is images. I'm a very face-oriented person. When we opened it up and it was just a signature, I was slightly disappointed.
And that's true. You went into this not knowing. So
Right.
That's fair.
But again, if you're buying this, you already know. And if you don't know, you do now because of this beautiful video that you're going to like, share, and follow.
Subscribe. It's YouTube. Well, subscribe on YouTube. Follow on.
Follow on all of our social media, including TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
Yep.
So, yeah, now you know it's signature-based. And I actually like that if I knew, but I don't collect signatures. So
No, and that brings up a good point. Yeah, these are cool. There's nothing I want for my personal collection. There's nothing Daryl wants for his personal collection. So all of these are going to be listed on our eBay store. If it's not the day this video comes out, it should be within the next day or two. If you're interested and you don't see it listed on our eBay store, shoot us a message on any of our socials or comment on YouTube, because YouTube doesn't have a private messaging capability, which is ridiculous. But that's a whole nother conversation. Maybe we'll do a review about YouTube one day. But yeah, I'm this product. If you know what you're getting, and you do know what you're getting if you read what you're buying, totally, it's a good product.
So thanks for watching from A to Z to Chickpeed. Remember to like, share, and follow, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And we'll see you in the next one.